Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. Dubai court recognizes crypto as valid salary payment. You know, over there, they are so far beyond the United States at this point. Innovation over there is growing out at a very alarming rate. But could you imagine a day where you could walk in and tell your boss, I no longer want to get paid in US dollars. I want to get paid in XRP or XLM or XDC or any other cryptocurrency. I think this will eventually happen here in the United States, but it's going to happen after crypto regulations. But over there, they are pushing ahead so quick, leaving the United States behind. This comes from XRP Drops. Ripple's CLO, Stuart Alderoty, said that the ruling signals the end of the case. No allegations of fraud, no misappropriation of funds, no allegations of market manipulation, and no victims. You know, going forward, Ripple is going to do everything in a regulated way. They battled it out with the SEC for such a long time that Ripple will be compliant every step of the way. And that's how I know once regulations come, it's going to be game-changing for Ripple and XRP. But what about Tether? Another Tether partner goes belly up. This time, it's Swan. And we knew about all the corruption going on with Tether for a long period of time. Bitfinex, Tether's shareholder. Celsius was a Ponzi scheme from day one. What he's not telling you is that the Ponzi scheme was started and funded by Tether. Tether fraud had substantial ownership in the Celsius Ponzi scheme. It would not have existed without Tether's lead role in printing Tethers out of thin air for their investment into Celsius. Tether then stole creditors' Bitcoins and crashed the market. You know, everybody thinks that Tether is going to still stay with us going into the future. I see it all the time on X. People say there's no way that Tether's ever going to collapse out. But wait until MiCA-like regulations are popping up in every single country. Eventually, Tether's going down, and it's going to take Bitcoin with it. And I think that's happening by design to clear the path forward for Ripple's new stablecoin and USDC. I think what we're watching is a controlled collapse of Tether. Wow, look at this great SBI Group commercial. XRP will take over Bitcoin because it will end up solving some of the original problems that Bitcoin set out to solve. And every Japanese bank will use XRP by 2025. You know, the adults in the room know that eventually XRP is going to be the #1 cryptocurrency. It's going to happen over time. But people, retail investors, they don't see that ever happening because they have such a strong belief in Bitcoin. But the only thing really holding Bitcoin up is the belief that it could go higher in price. Once that belief disappears, all the value inside of Bitcoin will disappear with it. That will happen. Wait and see. Wow, a new glitch of the XRP price has been spotted on a Korean exchange. 67,720 KRW equals $50 per XRP. You know, that could actually possibly be a test because we know how much they love XRP in Korea. So again, is this a glitch or a test? Put it in the comments section down below. XRP and XLM. Look what I find. You have info about this. I go doing more research about it. I go forward, I guess they meant to say. So Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, and you see right here, Ripple and Stellar are two blockchain-based companies that are trying to make value transfer cheaper. We know Ripple and Stellar always have a seat at the table. We know XRP and XLM will be used here inside the United States, inside of FedNow. But people still keep denying that as well. I cannot wait until ISO goes live. That's going to change the entire way we look at all of these ISO cryptocurrencies. And that's coming. You know, everybody thinks 2025 is such a long distance away, but it's coming in a matter of a few short months. And 2024 is still going to be very big. I think by the end of this year, things are going to look a lot different for a lot of these cryptocurrencies, especially XRP. Algorand and Ripple can both connect to the TIPS instant payment system in the EU. According to the World Bank, IMF, CPMI, and BIS, the Danish bank and Riksbank will be joining TIPS November 2025. This is around the same time coexistence for MT messaging comes to an end. But you see it right here. You see how simple this is. So this is Algorand. Seller account, buyer account, smart contracts, Algorand protocol, seller node, buyer bank, seller bank. It's so simple and it moves money very fast. And you see the same thing with Ripple as well right here. And then you see IBM and R3 tied in there. This is the new financial system building out all around the globe. You know, this is massive. And people keep downplaying it. Oh, well, there's no value coming today from ISO, so that means ISO is not a big deal. It's going to be a very big deal going forward. Wait and see. Sometimes you must be able to read between the lines. So I talked a little bit yesterday about Meld Gold coming to the XRP ledger, and people said I didn't show proof of that. Well, here's the proof right here. They're going to be tokenizing gold on the XRP ledger in 2024. This arrives in Q3 of this year. And that will be the first look at tokenization happening on the XRP ledger, I think at a bigger level. And then later we'll see Archax on board with that $30 to $50 trillion in real world assets. But these are the things we have to look forward to as XRP holders. Now, I'm going to give you two different price predictions, and both of these predictions are actually very conservative. Analyst expects XRP to breach $6, sets timeline for ultimate $32 target. The reason I said this is realistic, because people, even back in 2020, thought that in the bull run of 2021, we were going to see XRP achieve $27. But I think what happened in 2021 was the Rippleverse SEC case was way too new. And I think it was holding back the price of XRP at that time. Today, we got clarity for XRP. We now have a judge that made a decision and put her judgment down. Ripple has to pay $125 million to the SEC, and that case will end. I think after October for XRP, things could change very fast because the appeal window will then be closed, and that case will be finally complete. So, like I said, $27 was a number that was floating around the XRP community for such a long period of time. But he's saying $6.10 by the end of August. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But then he's saying that it's going to have a corrective phase, bringing the price down to around $2.38 in September. Then later, it's going to push back up and hit $32. But he says he expects a rally to $36, ending the XRP cycle. I think $32 is achievable. Is it going to happen by the end of this year? Let's hope for the best. Here's the other price prediction. This is $1, but $57 is possible. So we see, for those looking ahead, the weekly time frame suggests that XRP could reach between $5.59 and $11.25 by the peak of 2025 bull market. This long-term target remains valid as long as the current bear market low of 28 cents holds. But then he goes on to say that we could possibly hit $57. Other people are predicting 3 digits plus for XRP. So these are two very conservative price predictions. My thought is this. I think what's going to happen is we're going to achieve $1. And is it going to happen in August? I think it's more likely in September, with the Fed possibly cutting interest rates. If that was to happen, I think he will continue to cut rates in October and November, leading into the elections. So if that was to happen, I would most likely put XRP somewhere around the end of October, right before the election, maybe around $5, maybe around a new all-time high. If the rally continues, by the end of the year, possibly $8 to $10. Going into 2025, I think that will be where we see the peak. And a lot of people are predicting that to be at 3 digits. I'm going to stay conservative, and I think the first prediction I showed you of $36 is more likely. But that's my honest opinion on that. However, I would love to see a 3-digit XRP happen. I'm sure all of you would love to see the same thing. And even if I scroll down, you see another prediction right here, $263. But, you know, it's going to play out. And that's going to be a very exciting time. We're going to look at real-world events that are happening. We're going to look at the sentiment around XRP at the time. We're going to take a look at, is utility driving the price of XRP now? What kind of big announcements are coming from institutions? There's a lot to look forward to with XRP. But I do believe institutional adoption is going to start happening if they fast track crypto regulations, like Chuck Schumer said. I'm kind of scared at what kind of regulations they will fast track. But I think regulations were most likely written up after the fall of FTX anyway. I think they're kind of holding on to it like a smoking gun right before the elections for one last pro-crypto push for the Democratic Party. But we'll have to wait and see. And until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.